These Starfield release date rumours are getting insane, which is probably the title of this video, to the point where we need to talk about it. I'm not going to waste any time and just get straight to the point, so please do drop the video a like for me, consider subscribing if you are new around here, and let's just dive straight to it. So obviously a while ago we had that quote-unquote leak saying that Starfield was delayed again, which clearly turned out to be fake, and I think that we all expected it since the guy who made this leak had zero credibility and nobody really knew who he was. Obviously that's out of the way now and we all know it's fake. But then we started hearing some massive rumours that we would see Starfield at the Super Bowl and we would maybe get a trailer or teaser, which I didn't make a video on because I personally thought it was really obvious that it wasn't coming to happen, and I figured instead of making a video about it I'll just wait a few days for the Super Bowl to be over, and of course the Super Bowl happened and we didn't see any new footage of Starfield. We then saw this going around on Twitter, and if you look at the bottom here, it says that Starfield will release on the 29th of June 2023. This has spread everywhere, a lot of people are talking about this, but I do not think that this is the release date. However, we do have a more credible kind of leak, which we will go over in a minute here. Obviously, like I said, you can see down at the bottom that it does say release date 29th of June 2023, and again this is spread like wildfire on social media, particularly Twitter. However, a lot of people have been saying that when they've looked at this for themselves they cannot find anything. So I did obviously go and look myself, and it appears that it has been removed, either that or it was never there in the first place and the picture is fake. You can see, even if it was real, that it would have very likely been a placeholder if anything, so I seriously would not pay any attention to this. Now I will say that I understand why this spread everywhere. I mean, it looks fairly real, and we have been in a ridiculously dry news era the last couple of months, and everybody is desperate for even the tiniest bit of news when it comes to Starfield. I do want to point out that this is how Bethesda works. Being in a dry new era is not something to worry about when it comes to Bethesda, specifically Bethesda Game Studios. Now there has been a kind of leak, or more of a rumour, which is very credible. The other day, Jez Corden, who does have a lot of credibility and a very good track record of this kind of stuff, especially when it comes to Xbox and Bethesda, well, recently on the Xbox 2 podcast, Jez was asked if he thought Bethesda would tie Starfield's release date to a date like April 12th, which is the International Space Flight Day for those of you who don't know. In response, Jez said, and I quote, "I think Starfield is going to drop in June, even though I've got a bet that it gets delayed beyond June. I think the latest information I've got suggests June to me," end quote. And of course, it does very much sound like Jez is speculating here, and that is where YouTube comes to save the day. A fellow content creator who I personally have a lot of respect for, LoneVaultWanderer, actually made a video on this same topic the other day, and he personally reached out to Jez Corden and asked, you know, hey, is this speculation or have you actually heard that Starfield will drop in June? And according to Lone, Jez did confirm that yes, he has been hearing June will be the release for Starfield, and yes, he was confident in the sources that was telling him the June release date. Now it is very important to note that Jez also says that he did not have enough evidence for him to do a full report of it himself, so take all of this with a grain of salt. And again, big shout out to both Jez Corden and LoneVaultWanderer. Lone is somebody I credit a lot in my videos because I trust the things that he says and reports on. I will leave a link to his channel in the description as always. So obviously we need to talk about this. First of all, do I believe this? Yes, I do. I think that I've made that clear already, but I wouldn't put all of my money on a June release date. Obviously, because the first quote leak we've spoken about seems kind of fake to me, and also because Jez hasn't actually reported on this himself. Now I will say that I actually think releasing Starfield in June is a big mistake, solely because summer is the worst time to release games. It's a known fact that summer game sales aren't as great as other times, and they always take a little bit of a dive. But with that said, I don't think that Starfield will become unsuccessful if it releases in June. Of course not, I just think that it would sell even just a little bit better before or after June. You guys know that I have been saying I think that we will see Starfield release in late April or early June, skipping May because of Redfall's release, and both Xbox and Bethesda know that barely anybody is going to be playing Redfall if Starfield is out. But I am starting to bet more on June, but again, I wouldn't put all of my money on it. Honestly, the rumours of Starfield's release date are just getting insane, which again is probably the title of this video, but either way I just had to talk about it because it's seemingly spreading everywhere. At the end of the day, Bethesda know what they're doing. They've had like one bad game in the past 25 years, at least in my opinion. I have faith in them, and I do not think the Starfield is getting another delay, you all know this. I think that the new Starfield event or showcase will be very soon, either at the end of this month or early March, and we will likely see Starfield in the next few months. I think any tiny bit of possible Starfield release date news coming out at the moment will be spreading everywhere because people are so desperate for even the slightest bit of news at the moment, and I can't say that I blame them. This has definitely been a very dry time when it comes to Starfield news. I honestly don't know how I'm still managing to put out like 4 videos a week on Starfield. Very quickly, I just want to kind of gloss over this, but I do want to talk about the possibilities of a March release. Guys, the game is not releasing next month. I can tell you that with all of my faith. And hey, look, if it does, I will eat my words. But Starfield is a console seller. It will be one of the biggest exclusives that Xbox has ever put out. It has the potential to be the next Skyrim. Like, people could be playing Starfield for the next 10 or even 20 years, especially when we consider the massive modding capabilities which we discussed last week. My point is, Xbox and Bethesda are both going to want to promote the hell out of Starfield. There's no secret that they've already promoted Starfield more than any of their previous games, including Skyrim and Fallout 4. I just honestly think that there's no way that both Xbox and Bethesda are okay with 1 month of marketing. But hey, as always, look, I could be wrong, and I will gladly eat my words if I am wrong. And believe me, I would love the game to come out in March. I just really don't see it happening. I think we're going to get this showcase at the end of February, or early to mid-March maybe, where they will do another 15 to 20 minute long presentation, give or take, and then of course they will end it by confirming a release date, whether that's June, April, May, or, you know what, I'm in a good mood today, let's say even March. We will unfortunately just have to wait and see. So again, lastly, if you do hear any news or rumours or leaks or whatever about the release date, just take it with a grain of salt, unless it comes from Bethesda themselves. But that is pretty much everything. Let me know what you think about these rumours in the comments below. Please do drop the video a like for me if you would be so kind. And if you are looking for a decent place to stay up to date on all Starfield and other Bethesda focused news, I'm talking leaks, rumours, updates, information, speculation, official news, and lots of other content, please do consider subscribing because this is the place for you. We're also aiming for 5,000 subs soon, so if you do subscribe, I thank you so much. Also consider joining the Discord, homies. We have a great time chatting about Starfield and plenty of other games over there. You can share your art, your own YouTube videos, share some memes, even visit our Not Safe for Work channel if you are old enough. It's always vibing there. Anyways, I thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I really hope to see you in the next one.